Walter Masterson. You guys know this guy? He's the one that goes out there and he trolls the Trumpers. And he does it so fucking beautifully. It's hilarious. And the thing to watch here is these people are acting like they're good Christians. Like they really care about the Afghanistan people and the children. Think of the children. It's so terrible what's happening to them. But when he actually points out, hey, should we help them? Should we bring them over here and help the refugees? Immediately they're like, no, fuck them. Pay a special close attention to the woman at the end who is literally crying over how horrible the Afghanis have it. And then immediately switches it off in the drop of a hat when it's brought up to her that we should help them and bring them over here. Walter Masterson. Make sure you subscribe to this guy if you can.
So Afghanistan, total mess.
Yeah.
Biden pulls out of there and really, screws up and, leaves high and dry the citizens of Afghanistan.
Yeah, it's atrocious.
The women and children, they
Awful.
lose. Yeah.
Not to mention, a lot of people don't talk about what they do to boys in those countries. It's absolutely atrocious.
And so, do you think we should take...
First off, why don't you ever talk about what the religious right is doing to the boys in this country? That's what's really atrocious. I have to cover this shit every week. You guys never talk about that. When it's the Muslims, suddenly got a problem with it.
The women and children, they
Awful.
lose. Yeah.
Not to mention, a lot of people don't talk about what they do to boys in those countries. It's absolutely atrocious.
And so, do you think we should take them in as refugees?
No.
No,
Simply put,
immediately.
no.
No.
The kids, the women, children, these people.
All not good.
It's horrible.
Terrible.
Open right now.
Terrible what's
Terrible.
happening to them.
So you don't think we should take in any refugees from Afghanistan?
No.
Well, you
Fuck
know
'em.
that there's people that helped us there. But the fact
bad?
that, well, right, and the fact that they're trying to close everybody down for COVID. And
It's COVID they're
no,
worried
our country
about.
should not be open to anybody.
They're not getting the vaccine, but they're really worried
They
about
shouldn't take in any
COVID.
refugees right now. They should just have the same policy that they got on the Canadian border that stretches from Seattle all the way to Newfoundland. No one gets across that border right now.
Love of Christ for you.
At all. Why are we taking in a bunch of these people that are just going to be a bunch of Democratic voters?
It shouldn't be open to anybody. We're in too bad.
All they
shape.
give a shit about.
You can't just have people busting over our borders.
And this is Biden's mistake. If anybody should take anybody in for refugees, it should be Biden.
So all the refugees should go to Delaware?
It's a joke that I had,
Oh, okay.
but,
That's so funny.
definitely no.
Biden's Afghanistan
Now,
mess.
watch this woman. Watch the crocodile tears here. And watch how immediately she switches it off. Because they're so fake as fuck.
Wait, no.
Biden's Afghanistan mess and how he just sort of left people high and dry with that. Women, the children, his families. What do you think?
It's so terrible.
There's really no words.
No words.
It's awful.
It's awful, and it's for the, we did that as America. We were in for the first time in my life. It's heartbreaking. It's just not who we are. It's not who we are. And, that's not.
Yeah. Thank you. And so, should we take them in as refugees?
Immediately.
I think there's a whole lot of things that I don't fully understand about that, and I think there's a whole lot of things that need to be fixed before we consider that. And I would need to be educated, but probably, as heartbreaking as that is to say we shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I
But we
think
shouldn't, right?
we need to be cautious.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hold off on that for now.
Let's hold off on that for now.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
It's
But
hard,
yeah, let's hold off on that
let's
for
do
now.
it. Yeah, it's terrible. It's horrible what's happening to them. But yeah, fuck them. Who gives a shit? Love of Christ, always. These sacks of goddamn human excrement. Fuck them. And one more from Walter Masterson on Beyond Parody. And these people are truly beyond parody. He doesn't even have to parody them. All he has to do is let them talk. Here he's going out and he's trading MAGAs to fight against the socialist agenda.
A lot of these liberals don't get is that we need to get rid of these corporations and these law enforcement agencies if we want to stop the socialist agenda.
Exactly.
I don't know if socialist is the exact word that I would use. I would call it communist agenda.
Right.
Communist agenda. Yeah.
I reside in communist
I said socialist.
Illinois. I don't know why
We
you
gotta get rid of the corporations in order to combat communism and socialism, folks. accidentally based.
Calling it socialism.
Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So when they violate any one of those, or any others for that matter, we have the right to alter or abolish that government.
We got to get rid of a lot of these corporations in order to stop the socialist agenda.
Exactly.
We seize the means of production. We collectivize. We come together.
We do it at the
Seize the
county
means of
level,
production.
and we squeeze the local government, lock down the treasury, taking over by the people, for the people, of the people.
Oh yeah.
You have these private
Definitely not
companies
socialism.
in the United States, and they're sort of furthering the socialist agenda.
And that is true.
If you go back in history and you read books, this is the playbook
She's read
for
so many books.
communism coming into our country.
We need to get rid of the big pharma companies, the corporations, the big banks, in order to stop the communist agenda.
You know what? Yes.
We need to all get together. Workers need to collectivize, seize the means of production, and tell them, we're not doing this anymore.
Right, exactly.
We're going to shut down the country ourselves.
The workers of this country need to get together, go on a general strike in order to stop the socialist communist agenda. Workers of the world unite.
Exactly.
Okay, strike and stop the communist agenda.
Yep.
Basically.
Basically, that's what we gotta do.
Makes
We
sense
can't
to me.
support it anymore.
We need to get rid of these law enforcement agencies if we want to stop the socialist agenda.
If they're de facto, yes, absolutely, which they all are. No, not defunding the police, converting the police to be peace officers.
We're not going to abolish the police. We're going to convert the police
Yeah, we're
to
gonna
peace
teach them
officers.
and train them to to respect the Constitution, only the Constitution, and then not the corporation, because they're all obligated and beholden to the corporation.
If you look historically, the people that disseminated Karl Marx's original literature were the big banks.
Sure, yeah,
Sure.
the Communist Manifesto is in full play right here, right
No one
now.
even heard about it until the big banks got involved and sort of pushed that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about ever. This is conservatism. You guys are so ridiculous.